Today, we unravel a chilling story of betrayal, obsession, and tragedy. A case that gripped the cycling and competitive sports world, and the shocking events that followed the life of Kaitlin Armstrong, culminating in the murder of professional cyclist Moriah Wilson. This is not just a story of a crime, it's an examination of the dangerous extremes jealousy can take when left unchecked. Moriah Wilson, a rising star in the world of cycling, had it all a promising career, a radiant personality, and the admiration of many. Her life was cut short on May 11, 2022, when she was found lifeless in an Austin, Texas apartment. The brutality of her death sent shockwaves through her close-knit community and left investigators piecing together a case that became more sinister with each new discovery. The narrative begins with a love triangle that spiraled out of control. Kaitlin Armstrong, a yoga instructor with a seemingly peaceful life, had been in a long-term relationship with Colin Strickland, another professional cyclist. But beneath their idyllic life together lay cracks. Colin's growing connection with Moriah Wilson became a source of insecurity and jealousy for Kaitlin, and this emotional storm was about to take a dark turn. In the months leading up to the murder, Strickland and Wilson had grown close. While their interactions may have been innocent, their bond was undeniable, and it stoked Kaitlin's fears of losing Colin. Kaitlin's obsessive tendencies soon surfaced, with text messages and confrontations revealing the depth of her jealousy. But no one could have predicted just how far Kaitlin would go to resolve her feelings of betrayal. On the evening of May 11th, Moriah Wilson was visiting Austin ahead of a major race. Colin Strickland, in a seemingly innocent gesture, met her for a brief catch-up. Afterward, Wilson returned to her friend's apartment, unaware that she was being watched. Surveillance footage and digital evidence later revealed that Kaitlin Armstrong had been tracking her rival's movements. The evidence painted a grim picture. Kaitlin's vehicle was spotted near the crime scene shortly before neighbors reported hearing gunshots. The friend who owned the apartment returned home to a horrific scene: Wilson lying in a pool of blood. A fatal encounter that shocked everyone who knew her. As investigators delved deeper, Kaitlin became the prime suspect. Her sudden disappearance after being questioned by the police raised further suspicions. Kaitlin sold her Jeep for cash, deleted her digital footprint, and fled the country, triggering a manhunt that spanned multiple continents. The world watched as law enforcement agencies worked tirelessly to track her down. For weeks, the search for Kaitlin Armstrong dominated headlines. It was only after extensive investigation and international cooperation that authorities located her in Costa Rica, living under an assumed identity. She was arrested in June 2022, bringing an end to her attempt to evade justice. But her capture was just the beginning of unraveling the full scope of her motives and actions. The trial brought to light the psychological descent that led to the murder. Testimonies from friends, family, and experts shed light on Kaitlin's mental state and the all-consuming jealousy that blinded her. Prosecutors argued that Kaitlin felt she had no other way to remove the perceived threat to her relationship with Strickland. The defense, however, attempted to portray her as a person overcome by emotion rather than premeditated malice. The tragic loss of Moriah Wilson left an indelible mark on her family and the cycling community. Known for her passion, kindness, and resilience, Moriah's potential was cruelly cut short. As we reflect on this heartbreaking case, we are reminded of the devastating consequences that unchecked emotions can have when they spiral out of control. Kaitlin Armstrong now faces the weight of justice, her actions forever etched in the annals of true crime history. This case serves as a stark reminder of the fragile line between love, jealousy, and violence, and the irreversible harm that can result when that line is crossed. What are your thoughts on this tragic story? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Criminal Department for more in-depth explorations of true crime cases that shock the world.